What's up, y'all? It's 48, and today I'm going to speak on gut health. I'm going to touch on why it's important to have a healthy gut, signs of a dysfunctional gut, and how to properly heal and maintain the health of your gut. Let's get into it. So the gut is known as our second brain, and the gut and the brain are extremely interconnected and they communicate with each other all the time. Now they communicate a couple different ways. One is through neurons or cells that carry information through our nervous system, and this information will tell our body how to act. Another way is through neurotransmitters or chemically. So our gut creates these chemicals such as serotonin, GABA, dopamine, melatonin, and releases them into our bloodstream, and through our bloodstream will get up to our brain. And these chemicals are important in our operating system. So we know serotonin, it can dictate your mood and stability, and our gut can dictate our emotions, our behavior, as well as our immune system. So it's very correlated with our whole operating system and our gut health, which is the point of this video. So going back to these chemicals, GABA that our gut produces is correlated with anxiety and stress. Dopamine, which is our pleasure, our motivation. If we accomplish something, we get a hit of dopamine. And melatonin, which helps with our sleep and our internal clock. So my whole point here on this side, why it's important to have a healthy gut, is it's going to be extremely difficult to have a healthy operating system as a human if your gut is not working efficiently and properly. If it is letting junk into your body that it needs to be getting rid of, or if it's letting waste into your system, then things can go wrong. Your hormones, your mood, your emotions, your behavior, your immune system can start trending in bad directions. So it is very important to have a healthy gut in order to have a healthy operating system. That leads me now into signs of a dysfunctional gut. So if we look at these, I'm just going to go through the list. Anxiety, inflammation, stress, being nauseous, heartburn, pain in the gut, fatigue, food intolerances or allergies, extreme cravings, especially craving sugar, skin problems, poor sleep, autoimmune issues, and just digestive problems in general. So it's interesting in my mind if you look at these problems, and nowadays it seems as if a lot of these are common or popular amongst the general population. And my goal with this video is to maybe open people's minds a little bit to the fact that these are not normal, and we should not be dealing with these on a day-to-day basis, and it's actually a waste of energy if you're consistently dealing with some of these problems, and they're definitely holding you back if you are. So if you go to a doctor and you tell them you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with stress, heartburn, fatigue, skin problems, food allergies, whatever it is, that doctor could give you a bunch of different pills or medicines to fix your problem, or what I like to say is mask the problem, instead of looking to the root cause of why this is happening and how can you fix it. So it's interesting in my mind that all of these things that we might think a pill or something else outside of us can help solve that problem, it can all be traced back to this, which is very interesting to think about. And if it can be traced back to this, then that's why this is important. So it's very important to have a healthy gut, to have a healthy operating system. Now I will touch on how to properly heal and maintain the health of your gut. So before we jump into it, I am not a doctor, I am not a gut expert, I am not a brain expert. I am just relaying information that I have learned throughout my own journey, as well as information that I have learned from researching, reading, and my own process as a human going through. So I've never had extreme gut issues, but I've definitely changed the food and liquids that I intake now on a day-to-day basis, and I feel an incredible difference within my brain, within my body, and my quality of life and health and fitness. And I think that is an ideal state to be in, is a state of health. That is what we are designed to live as. And to start with healing your gut or trying to eliminate some of these problems, the first step I would say is eliminating processed food, or eliminating that processed junk that we all know exists out in the grocery stores, and that maybe the average person or the common person is eating or drinking on a day-to-day basis. A lot of the stuff that we're sold is completely toxic to our bodies, to our minds, and it does not belong in our system. So eliminating that stuff out of your diet, out of your day-to-day, what you're eating, what you're drinking, will, right off the bat, for a lot of people, get rid of some of these problems. And once you eliminate that junk food, then adding whole foods, or replacing that junk food with whole foods that are nutrient dense, that are feeding your cells and making you feel good and alive when you ingest them. So I've written down a few things of foods or liquids that are good for healing your gut, as well as just being healthy for your body. So one of them is bone broth. Bone broth has a lot of glycine in it, which reduces inflammation within your gut, as well as strengthens the your intestinal tract. So, or your gut lining, excuse me. Bone broth will heal and strengthen your lining of your gut. And another thing is raw dairy. So nowadays the milk replacements are extremely popular, and we'll dive into that on other videos. We're going to go through foods that are healthy, and maybe stuff we're being sold that's not as healthy as we're being told. But raw dairy is actually very healthy for you. Now, some things people react to in different ways. There's not a one-size-fits-all diet or plan that you follow this and you get this result. Everyone's body reacts differently to different things, and that is completely fine. I'm more sharing what I've experimented with and stuff that I've found success with, but if you want to experiment with things and go on your own journey with the gut and brain connection, then that's going to be on you. And it's key to have that awareness of how you're feeling and how your body responds to certain things that you intake. And that is the biggest part of it. So just because someone says something's good for your gut or good for your body doesn't mean your body will react in the same way as them. So being able to experiment, hypothesize, go out and try it, and bring back results is the most crucial part. So raw dairy is important in my eyes because when it's raw, it's not homogenized, it's not heated. So it has all the bacteria that is actually good for your gut. And raw milk, raw kefir, raw butter, and even colostrum. Colostrum's like milk on steroids. But people hear raw and they get disgusted, or they think it's dirty or unhealthy or unclean, when actually this is how people used to drink and eat dairy, was raw. Now it's more profitable for these factories to mass produce it, and it may not be as high quality of a product, or it could actually be a negative quality of a product that's harming people, but it makes more money. So we know how that goes. Another thing is fermented foods and drinks. Sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, apple cider vinegar. These all heal and strengthen your gut. Now, again, this is for your own journey, for you to experiment with these things if you are interested in it. But my whole goal with this video is to make people think about what they're intaking on a day-to-day basis, and is it actually helping them? Is it helping their body? Is it helping their mind? Something I've noticed throughout my journey is that it's hard to know what a certain state feels like if you've never experienced it. So when you get healthy with your brain and body, there's doors that open for you that you might never know existed because you've never knocked, or you've never seen the door, you've never walked through that door. So when you start getting healthier, experimenting with new things, you're going to realize, hey, my thoughts are clearer, my thoughts are sharper, or my communication skills are better, or words flow easier to me to express myself, whatever it is. But there's, like I said, those doors that open for you when you might not have known that that potential was there. So that's something I want to expand people's minds onto. And then also these problems, just really emphasizing that these problems are not normal, and they should not be common, they should not be normalized amongst people. And we don't have to deal with these. It's not right, and like I said, it's a waste of energy when we spend our day-to-day wasting energy on these things when we're not meant to be living in that state. We're actually meant to be in balance and synergy, being in that state of homeostasis. So it leads me to my thing I wrote down here that says the human operating system is magical. And it really is, it is magical, and it's underestimated by people just how powerful it is. But again, we don't have to live with these things. We don't need to be on all sorts of medications. Our system is extremely self-regulating, self-healing, and extremely strong and powerful. So I encourage you to take that power within you and have that change in your health to then change your life and open those doors that you may not know exist. But once you know they exist, it opens a whole new reality to you. And that's something I'm very intrigued in. The last thing I'm gonna say is, when your cells or your body are happy, when you're healthy, so how do we get our cells and body happy? Is by being healthy. Now, once we get our body feeling good, our body feeling healthy and happy, then our brain becomes happy. And once our body and brain are happy and working together, then our emotions become stable. So we stop dealing with these things, our hormones, our emotions, everything is more, like I said, synergetically working together, more balance, more homeostasis. And once our body and brain are working together and happy, and our emotions are stable, like I said, that can change your whole life and make you see the world in a whole different way. And that is the journey that I'm on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna be diving into health, fitness, but more so right now on the diet side of things, the food, what we're ingesting and how it affects our body and mind. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it expands your mind a little bit, and let me know what y'all think. I appreciate it. 40A, baby. Let's get it. Peace out.